I need an intro music here, huh? Maybe I need that. Hello everyone and thanks for hanging out with me. This is Let's Talk EV news, weekly news and Q&A, always on Sunday at around 7. I changed it to 7:30. How is everybody doing? Of course, we're going through the fast to the normal EV news. Then we get to ID.3 news, a bit of Ionity news, and of course ID.3 is a lot. How you guys all doing? All cool? Oh, as always. Haha. I really need an intro music. Somehow in OBS there must be a function to play music in the beginning. It will be fun. French helps calling. It's always fun. Yeah, I like when you all tell me where you're from. That's nice. And then we do the Q&A as always. So for everybody who doesn't know, is there any ID.3 news this week? Nothing happened at all. I don't know what's everybody so excited about, including this guy. But let's go quickly through the news. No, if there's someone out there who never seen this for 5 minutes, then who knows? So this is live stream with news, and then we talk, we have fun, as we always do every week. It's a lot of fun. Let's go. Ford Mustang E specs in Mega Gallery. I don't know what that means. Let's go through. Ooh. I still haven't heard from first time seeing the vlog. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be fun. It's so sad that I haven't heard back from Ford about it getting the mach-e at some point. But nothing new. Ooh, look at that! The range for the different models. Rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. Ooh, is ER extended range? I think so. Look at that! That would be amazing. 100 kilowatt hour battery in there. Huh, it's a nice range. Yeah, it's a nice car. I think that mach-e is a very nice car. I have to see it in the flesh. Maybe it's a bit too high. I don't know. So too much SUV. I'm not an SUV fan. Ooh, look at this. Tesla Model Y international delivery have officially started. And it must be a surprise because I never show Tesla news here because everybody does that. And so I skip most of the stuff. But this is something interesting in Canada. What about Europe? So it's international now. So you don't like the mustache on the Mustang. I know what you mean, but it's okay. They tried. Ooh, the new car has been spotted. It's a Citroen EC4. Looks also very SUV. It's a very... Don't you think that this is now a big thing now? This kind of SUV, like the Kona, Model Y, mach-e, what I just said for Ford, and this one. Then DS3, the E10's Crossback, and the Peugeot E2008. They're all very, very, very similar. Ooh, see, world premiere June 30th. When is that? What is today? June 14th. Oh, in 2 weeks. Huh. 136 horsepower. The similar size as 2008. See? It's okay. Then next is this one. I contacted Fiat about the 500 to get maybe. I prefer hatchbacks. Me too. I prefer hatchbacks too. Way too small of a car, this Fiat, and I'm still haven't heard back from them if there are any press cars or anything. I don't even know battery size. 42 kilowatt hour battery, 320 kilometers of range. That means 250. That's okay in real. 250 to 300. That's okay. That's really fine. 9 seconds. It's the same as the Ioniq. Fast charging capability to 85 kilowatt. Wow, for a small car, that's pretty awesome. Looks neat. Way too small. You can't fit anything in there. I think it's called crossover. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Then let's go to Ionity, because that's it for the news. Nothing else there. We talk about ID.3 in a second. Construction started at Ionity in Norway. Oh God, Sor, Trondelec, Luck. Then 2 in France, Centre de la France. Oh, that looks nice. 36 kilometers from Bourges. Cute. So 3 more. So 200, and then live. What went live in the last week? Since the last week, in Slovakia, Bratislava, in UK, there's a new one that went live in Peterborough. Did I say it right? Then 2 in France. Again, this is east and west, so on both sides of a highway. That's cool. And now we have 240 live. 49 are still under construction. Let's look on the map. What's new? Yeah, I'm still waiting for a connection here. I want a connection here because at some point I want to go to Car. You did say it right. Thank you. So I want one here and I want one here in Ionity charger. But to London, from here to London is no problem at all. It's all Ionity chargers. I can do that. So, let's go to what we all been waiting for. ID.3 news. You all know it right now. Spain, Portugal still empty on Ionity. Spain had a few, but Portugal had nothing. So, as we all know, ID.3 first delivery begin early September, and I had it from, I heard it, was it Next Move or was it Volkswagen that told me it will be week 37, so September 7th it will start delivery. And you all know everything. You all know, of course, all the versions in your country now. It's been a while. And on June 17th, so in 3 days, in most countries, in some countries it even starts tomorrow, you can place your order for the ID.3, so you really sign a contract, and whatever your country has, be worried about taking 200 kilometers in Spain from UK. That's true, I would be worried too. And so you really sign a contract, and then this is your order. And mine is also on Wednesday. My contact at our dealership was on holiday last week, so we'll call him tomorrow. Stations between Lille and Bordeaux. Stations are needed everywhere. And I want to do the whole thing as early as possible. I hope the software is working. When I had to say what version I want and what color, the software didn't work, and I had to wait a few days till that worked. And I also emailed him already and asked if it's even possible, since the German incentives is now so high and they lowered the tax from 19 to 60%. I want to move to get the max version. And we have a talk later when this is all done. I want to talk to you about pros, cons, and stuff I don't care about from the max to the plus. But I still want to ask if this is possible. ID.3 first touch in Dresden was great. We could see ID from a press guy outside on the streets of Dresden. But it was a private event, no other potential customers. That's nice. How big is the ID? You guys tell him. No, I tell him. So, ID.3 outside. See it here. Is as big as a Golf. Inside, the space is as big as in a Passat, if you know the Passat. It can steer, since it's rear-wheel drive, it can steer amazingly strong, and therefore the turning circle and how you drive in a small city is like you're in an up. And the power, because it's 150 kilowatt on the first edition, is like you drive a GTI. I always like that. Volkswagen is always saying that, and I'm a big fan of this. So, with the ordering process in a few days, when you order, you of course I don't know about if it's the same in every country. I just know from Germany you can only order with payment, so you buy it with money, no financing, or you do leasing. And Volkswagen is pushing leasing like crazy. And when you order, of course, then you get the payment. You don't get how much it will cost, so leasing rate every month, at least we don't here in Germany, until this Wednesday. And of course I will make a video on Wednesday. Mahlzeit will make the video on Wednesday, and it will be possible they want your money. It all depends if all the Macs are already booked in white. I want still one in white. I know that interior, well, we'll talk about it later. And so nobody knows the leasing, and Volkswagen is pushing leasing like crazy. And I show you, I don't know why, I'm guessing it must be something positive for them. Either they're selling more cars or they sell them faster, I don't know. But when you order the car, I already talked about it, you will be asked, do you want the car in September or in most likely in December, so at the end of the year? They say in the fourth quarter of this year, but pretty sure it will be the end of the year where it will start delivery. And you will, and then when you say you want it earlier, you will be missing two functions, which is when you have the Max version in the head-up display, you have two different projections of the head-up display. One is the speed and traffic sign recognition and stuff like this. And one is from the navigation, the arrow with the augmented reality head-up display. And this will be missing. And also the App Connect will be missing. App Connect is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So it's not like some people think that App Connect is the We Connect app where you can see on your phone how the car is doing and charging and range and whatever and preheating. It's not that. It's really Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. If you can live without those two things, get the car early, of course, because early is always better. or if you say, I want to wait till it has everything that you want, and then you have to you say I want it later, and then you get it later. For the ones who get the car in September, the car will be updated at a dealership next year, in the beginning of next year. So I don't know, January hopefully. And then you have the same features as all of them. And what you also get, what Volkswagen is trying to do here, when you're in this, they call it the ID.3 First Mover Club. I have it from Volkswagen that 15,000 people can get into this, and it's first come, first serve. So order your car early. But I know that some people are just saying, I want the full functionality and I'm okay to wait a few months. And I don't care about the First Mover Club, and it's totally understandable. Of course I want mine in September. Crazy question. I want the car as early as possible. And don't worry, I already emailed a lot of people in Volkswagen if I can get the car even earlier. And I mean a day or two, not weeks earlier. And there's other stuff that I can't talk about yet, but it's nice contacts at Volkswagen. It's really going great this week. Where was I? So, and when you're in this First Mover Club, Volkswagen is saying, because you're doing this and you're taking the less functions that the car should have, and also there will be a community where all those people are in there, and then they can say what they like and don't like about the car, if they have a problem, that others can help or that Volkswagen can help. So that I think you get just a different account where only the people who are in this First Mover Club are in, and then they can talk about the whole thing, and Volkswagen can improve the cars that are coming later. And learn stuff and get updates that maybe people need. I think that's a great idea, and I want it. I want to be a part of that. And what they're also doing, because you're helping them, is if you do leasing, you get the first 3 months for free. So if you have leasing for 48 months, then you only pay 45. And I'm guessing my leasing will be 300 to 400 euros a month. Expecting it somewhere there, so that's 1,000 euros, 900 to 1,200 euros that I save. So of course I'm doing leasing. That's amazing. Oh, I haven't seen it. You could wait until December because you love Hyundai so much. That's true. I could do that. Interesting. First YouTube impressions. Limited to 15,000 because they will not have production numbers ready for September. That's true. So how this works is hi L. I will not get the car to my dealer here. I want to pick the car up as close to Zwickau, so the factory where it's being built, as possible, because transporting the car from Zwickau to Passau, where I am, will take days, because they're not driving 10 cars on one truck to Passau. They drive one there, then there two, and here two, and then till they come to Passau, it's 2 days later. No, I want to pick up the car. Again, I told them, is there any way and is there any possibility to get it earlier? We'll see if this all works. If not, then I pick it up. I'm sure there's a Volkswagen dealer in Zwickau itself, and then I can pick it up there. The problem usually with leasing is normally you have very limited kilometers. It's all up to you how much you say. And I want 25,000 kilometers a year because I will drive a lot. And what EV Journey just said, it's true. The 15,000 are restricted in September, and then the next 15,000 then in the end of the year, because right now, Next Move said this on their channel, on the video, that right now 10,000 ID.3s are being built, and then they're being updated and then delivered to the customer, and till the delivery of the last 5,000, so from now to the last 5,000 of the September batch, they will build the next 5,000, and then they will continue with the next 15,000 till the end of the year, because they started. I don't know if it's finished yet, but I think it's almost finished. The second line in the Zwickau factory. So until now there was only one line where ID.3s were being built, and now the second one is being built or is already done, and they're starting that. I don't know. I think so. And please, only English on the chat. Everybody wants to know. So Hi Elf asked the dealer, because the car can be at the dealership before you get it, and then you can see it. But again, I want the car before that, and I will be at wherever I can pick up the car before they put it off the truck. I'm surely gonna be there. That will be crazy. Was there anything else in here? I don't think so. The rest we all know. Yes, then another ID.3 news. That's about 16,000 roughly. Yeah, that's possible. The wall box is rolling out of the ID charger. Will you live stream on the collection day? Of course, if I'm allowed, and all depends where I get the car. But if it's a normal dealership, of course I will live stream. And with the wall box, I got my Volkswagen told me that yes, they're starting delivery now of the ID charger, but just the simplest one. So the normal ID charger that can charge with 11 kilowatt costs 399 euros, has a 5 meter cable, type 2 cable attached, as far as I'm sure. I think so. Sounds like they're really pushing leasing. Yes, they do. They really want to do that. I don't know why. So from the beginning, when I was at the Dresden ID.3 event, when I was test driving the ID.3, Silke Bakshik already said that they want to push leasing, and they want to bring stuff that everybody wants to lease. And then I saw it there was an event in Spain where they put up Netflix and Spotify, so you pay for something monthly. Why not do that for your car? I don't like to buy, but I don't have 50k lying around, so I need finance. Yeah. Will you ask all the production team to sign your car when you pick it up? No. You have to wait a couple of days for the dealer to register the car. But no, I do the whole thing when it comes to registering. So I will come with the plates and everything. My dealer told me that they push leasing because they want back the resources. Okay. So is your ID.3 fully loaded? No, I pre-booked the Plus, but I have since we're in Germany, we have more incentives now. The Max costs the same as the Plus now with the new incentives, so I want to change to Max, but I don't know if that's possible. I don't think so, but I will try. Do you need internet in charge if the car is internet? I'm confused. Surely you can set charging times on the car, not on the charger. Of course. So the normal ID charger that you can now order is just a charger. You plug it in. It has all the safety functions and everything, but there's no app connection. There's no Wi-Fi, no internet connection, nothing. Just plug it in and it charges with 11 kilowatt. But of course, in the car, and you can charge every car with AC and Type 2. You can select how it's charging. The speed, I'm guessing, I know that ID.3 will have ampage that you can turn down, so maybe you can lower the speed if you want that. And then of course charging times, charging schedule and all of this. So this is all fine. But I heard from Volkswagen that the other two versions, the Connect and Pro, am I right? I can't remember. But those two don't work yet. Again, software problems. And I've been told by my contact I should wait a bit with ordering an ID charger, because maybe they will give me one to test out and to present to you, and then I can keep it. But it's nothing is set in stone. I don't know yet, but I'm waiting anyways, and I don't need the ID charger installed when the ID.3 comes. It's not a hurry, and it's still 3 months to go. Where are we? Leasing the car means that they hold the rights of ownership. This makes it easier for recall issues. Aha, that's nice. What do you think about the reviews so far on the disappointing interior quality? I know that a lot of people don't like the interior of the ID.3. I'm okay with it. I come from a horrible car, so it's heaven to me. And I found the drive and the seating position, everything very comfortable. And it was just amazing. Just saying hi to Busy today, so many stupid things. Call me when Stuhl is back. He's not there. I was under the impression that leasing was for either low mileage or companies. Yeah, I was that too, but now they're pushing it for private people. Will you get 11 kilowatt at home? I already have that. Every house in Germany can have a connection with 22, well, most houses, I don't know, 22 kilowatt, but I will only get 11 kilowatt down to the garage. If this whole ID charger thing works out, we'll see. I think there are going to be chargers with Wi-Fi. Yes, like I said, the Connect, I think in Pro, the Connect has the Wi-Fi and the internet connection and app support and everything, and then the Pro has some kilowatt hour counter that is specifically if you use this, if somebody is charging. And they have to pay for that, so it has to be very accurate. That's what I know. So why would anybody buy a charger with internet? Just to have app connection, and then you can see how it is charging, how much did you charge this month, at what time, something like this. If you need that, I wouldn't need it, but I just want to see how it all works. Maybe future. Many of us already sat in the car before, so we already know if the interior core is good enough for us. That's true. In UK, most houses can only have 7 kilowatt. Ooh, that's not enough. EV journey in the UK, you can get 350 grand to fit smart chargers. It is to help with grid stability. Oh, cool. That's nice. We did this. Then I show you my registration. So this is my pre-booking screen of my ID.3. And it's still, well, at least all the thing is selected, but it still says in the middle that the future is only 2 steps away, so they haven't changed that. So nothing new here. Have used cars gone down in price after new grant got announced in Germany? I have no idea. I'm not on the market for a used car. In Portugal, electric company supplies an EV charger with internet and give you 20% discount on electric bill. Oh, cool. That's cool. Oh, I also want to show you. I made 3 Google tables, documents that are in the description below. It's about the press cars I had about consumption and charging curves, and I show you that. So it will look like this. So these are the cars I already had, the Volkswagen e-up and the Hyundai Ioniq. This is wrong. It should be 38 kilowatt hours, and now it's not. It's too big. And then soon will be, as you all know, And tomorrow in a week I will get the Renault Zoe ZD50 R135. 2 weeks later the Volkswagen e-Golf, and then 2 weeks later the Nissan Leaf E Plus, the 62 kilowatt hour battery, and I will all have them for 2 weeks. They're all very nice, and these are my consumption numbers that I had, at what speed, what temperature, how the weather was, and when it occurred, so that I have a bit of a list to compare cars to something else. Also I have the charging curve. So this is the charging curve for the Volkswagen e-up, and so the first one here is time to state of charge, so you can see at what time how much state of charge you reach, and you can see it's a very nice curve that it goes up and then flattens the curve on the top because the charging speed is slower. And the second one is the state of charge in percent and charging power in kilowatts. So you can see that the e-up had his peak charging power around here with 34 kilowatt, and then gradually goes down. It has a bit of a hump here, and I think that's very nice to see. And also here with the Ioniq, the same thing, and you can see the Ioniq has little drops at some points. That here at 60% is a drop, and then here at 74, I think 70, and at 80, and here also you see again in minutes in state of charge, and charges amazingly fast to 40%, then it flattens down to 60, and then even more. And I also did another one, the charge curve with more cars. So these are the 2 cars I already had, and it's again time in minutes to kilowatt hours charged, because percentage doesn't mean anything, because those 2 cars have different battery size, but just how many kilowatt hours have been charged in time. And you can see the blue one is the e-up, how slow it charged, and the red one is the Ioniq because it charged up to 49 kilowatt. So you can look it up in the description, and I will continue doing this for the other cars I'm getting. And let's go on with the questions. Where are we? I look forward to know the full spec on Wednesday. Can you ask your dealer for spec sheet of all 3 versions, please? Isn't that already out, the specs for all ID.3s, even for the ID.3 standard version, so without first edition? It is already out for a long time. I believe Bobby recently installed 11 connections to his UK home. Great. In Ireland, I sat in the car and I asked about the amount of cheap plastic on the doors, and I was told it would not be the finished product. Yeah, it's not the finished product, but still, it has a lot of plastic in it. And now in the middle, piano black that someone doesn't like here. But yeah, it is. I wonder when the ID.3 will reach Norway. Not sure if I'm right, but Norway got a huge load of ID.3 secured. I'm pretty sure that Norway would get the cars also very early. And this is what I'm speculating on, and then hoping that Volkswagen is nice. I think Volkswagen wants to release the cars almost at the same time. I'm talking about 1-2 weeks. And so they will drive trucks with cars to Norway. This will take a few days, and then drive them here, and then start the delivery. And since they're already driving cars out, I hope that I can be one of the first ones. But there's no reason why they would do that. I just ask very nicely and hope they will be nice to me. But I don't know. The Norwegian Volkswagen says that it's guaranteed for all pre-bookers to get the car within 2020. Pretty sure. All the pre-bookers. Well, I don't think it could be possible that not every first edition, especially when you are in the first mover club, don't get the car till the end of this year. It could be that a few, I don't know, 1,000 are in January, and I think that's okay. Not everybody is as crazy as we guys are with wanting the car right now and don't want to wait another minute. Not detailed spec sheet, just catalog. No, there was a detail. I even made a video about it. Every little thing from electric windows to I don't know what. We should ban all piano black plastic. Yes. We should delay deliveries to Norway because Norway will have the same amount of incentives next year. Huh. Well, you don't have to buy it right away. You can wait. That would be very, very cool if we actually do release the cars at the same time. That would be so cool. I think so too. But you love your Magic so much. Yeah. They will have no financial disadvantages if they got it a little later. Though, yes, they do. Because in 2020, EU says your CO2 average for your whole cars must go down to a special level. That means they have to sell as many ID.3s as possible, because when they're above this, for every car, they have to pay a big amount of money and they can't afford it. So it's better to get the cars out as fast as possible and don't pay any fines. The current sales of EVs in Germany are about max 1,000 per model. I'm very excited to see the ID.3 in the list. Huh, I didn't know. I bet in Norway Björn will get his hands on one. Of course he will get the hands on one. Somebody will always contact him. But now I want to talk to you guys about pros, cons, and I don't need about the difference between Plus, ID.3 Line 2 Plus and ID.3 First Edition Max. That where I was thinking, do I want the Max or do I not want the Max? And I do want the Max for one thing, the heat pump. I want the heat pump in the car, and it's a shame that there's not every First Edition car has a heat pump. Otherwise I would not want to change. So the Max costs 4,000 euros more. What do you get? Augmented, so head-up display overall, but with augmented reality. Then panorama roof, heat pump, electric seats, massage seats, then the extended for the seat, so where your thighs are on, this can extend. Then travel assist, which is like the lane assist is the ping pong, keep you in the lane, and travel assist keeps you in the middle. And there was more. And you get the 20-inch wheels with different rims. And for me, what I want to have is the heat pump. What I don't need, but I'm okay with it, would be the head-up display and the travel assist. What I don't care about is the panoramic roof. And what I don't like at all is the 20-inch wheels and the rims. I don't like the look of the 20-inch rims for the Max. So I'm in, so for me it's only the heat pump. But I will try, but if it's not possible to have the Max, I'm still okay. It's fine. Yeah, that's why IKEA didn't sell the eSoul in Holland last year. That's true. Can I ask, do you in Germany know when Skoda Vision 4 is out? No, I have no idea. Normally ID.3 and ID.4 only for 2021. Yes. So ID.3 standard, so not first edition, will not be delivered. The ordering will start in July, so beginning mid of July. But those people will not get an ID.3 this year, for sure. They will all focus to get those 30,000 first editions out, and then. I miss information about 360-degree camera view in the details. I don't think it has that. As far as we all have seen, the ID.3 has a rear view camera and has a camera in front to see the street and traffic sign recognition, but there are no on the side, and this is what you need for a 360 camera as far as I know. I think every ID.3 first edition will have heat pumps. That's true, but not in Germany. But heck, we live in an insane weather change on daily basis. And one less passenger in Max ride. No, that's not true. So in every ID.3 with the 58 kilowatt hour battery, you can seat 5 people, doesn't matter what version. But later, when you get the big battery, the 77 kilowatt hour battery, which has 500 kilometers of range, 550, then this car, because of weight restrictions of the size, can only seat 4 people. And by the way, I drove an e-up, Volkswagen e-up, the new version. They can also only seat 4 people. If you need 5, then this is not your car. For 4,000 euros is worth it. However, the large tires look uncomfortable, very low profile. Yeah, I don't know. If the heat pump would be in the Plus, then I would never think about it, just because of the head-up display. And the electric seats sound interesting, but it's not that important. Saw an ID.3 with max-sized tires. Looks like crazy hip-hop car. Yeah, it's big. Would it be possible to get the heat pump fitted later if you find a need for it? No, just not possible. I mean, if you just lose your warranty and everything, it's not worth it. Thanks for one less passenger explanation. No problem. Panoramic roof is amazing. It's okay, but I don't need it. I don't miss it. When I drove the Model 3 to 1,000 kilometers, when I had the Jaguar I-Pace, what else? I think those two cars I had for both very long, and they both had panoramic roof. I never noticed it. I never was like, oh, that's nice. So for me, it's not a big thing. Really not. I've seen the 360 view, aka area view, mentioned in the leaked Danish catalog page. Google or for oversight. If you want a heat pump, but a cheap ID.3 from Norway. That's true. That's a good idea. So who's here? Can I do a thing where everybody's saying something? No, I can't. It would be amazing if we can do what is it? Can't remember the name. Help me. Google survey. Sorry. Can we do a survey? Who's ordering? Who's here? Who wants to be in the first mover club? Or who's poll? It's also good. Thank you. My first mover club, or who will wait for December? Because I've heard two things in the ID.3 pre-booking Facebook group. Everyone is, I want the car now, but I've been to a German group where it's just about ID.3, ID.4, ID bus and so on, and it sounds more that they're more waiting for it. And a lot of people, some are complaining with the, why would I get the car earlier when it's missing functions, and then I don't want to lease, I want to buy, and then don't get anything off. I understand. That's how it is. Where are we? If you want to heat, I like the glass roof when at a red light. You notice panoramic roof when it's dull as it lets more light in. One thing I found really interesting was that they announced in 2019 that every ID.3 First was fully pre-booked, but they are still open to pre-book the car. How is that possible? They did that because some people are canceling their order, and then they still have 30,000 cars, and then you can order this one. And if it's not working, so if all the first editions are being finally ordered, then you have a first spot in the standard version. So when the ordering starts for the standard version and you order that one, you get the car earlier than someone who's ordering now who didn't pre-book. I mean, it's 30,000 cars, right? And they say 7,000 is pre-booked. How is that possible? That's what I just said. I thought about getting one from Norway, but I would have to pay about 30,000 in tax brought to Finland. Yeah, that's not a good thing. I will be a first mover if it's available in Portugal. Waiting for Elborn next year. I want Max now. That's true. Congratulations. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? My seat just fell down. Is it broken? No. You have gone through half an hour without being interrupted by your cat. That's true. And the door is open. I'm really looking for you guys' experience with the Volkswagen. Had the Ionity and now I have a Model 3 as I couldn't wait for longer. I can understand that. I want my ID.3 as soon as possible. Sehr good. I missed the cat. I'm sorry. Yeah. Our dog is sitting here and I want to wake her up anyways. Are you drunk? Chair moment? No. Get the bone. Another broken chair. No, it just fell down. It's totally fine. ID.3 is too small. Need bigger EV cars. ID.3 is not small for the passengers, but if you have to put a lot of stuff in the trunk, then you need a bigger EV. But I don't need that. If it's not your thing, it's totally fine. If you need a SUV EV, then get this. And I signed the contract here in Denmark on Wednesday this week. That's amazing. Have you seen leasing prices? But I'm sure that's different in every country. That wouldn't do anything. 75 people. You guys are awesome. Woohoo! Ooh! I thought I heard the cat. But no. I told some of you already on chat that I did the test drive in the Tesla last Monday. It was awesome, really comfortable, quiet, and unbelievably fast. Are you really find it that comfortable? Are you sure? I have to adjust my brightness here. Let's do 640. I saw it's better. I mean, it's not, a Model 3 is not uncomfortable, of course not. But when I drove other EVs in the whole bunch, so E-Up was more uncomfortable than the Model 3, but Ioniq, Kona, Leaf, of course, I-Pace, e-tron, whatever, they were all more comfortable. Even Model S I found more comfortable than the Model 3. It was too sporty for me. Broken chair live stream. Yeah, that's what I do now. What doggy you got? I don't think you can see. I think the webcam is too... Where am I? Oh. There she is. Yeah, ID.3 almost fell off. It's not good. Yes, we have seen leasing prices in Denmark. It's expensive. Huh. Perhaps after 1,000 kilometers you have a different opinion. That's true. It's cute. So Mario, are you getting a Model 3? Or the Max? It's just, what is it? Just a few thousand more for the Model 3? It all depends what you need. I always say it. Not allowed. HQ says no. HQ means wife. Or is it leasing for your company? I always was, and you guys know that since you watch me and I say it all the time, I totally changed my opinion when it comes to EVs. Before, it was always about range and charging speed and the software. Ooh, the cat is coming now. Come, Finny. Don't you dare growl. Headquarters. Not allowed. HQ says no, misses. Yeah, I always thought it's about this. But then when I drove the Model 3 for 1,000 kilometers and I got used to how it handles, how it feels. Did you open my door? In this stream now. I don't want that. Yeah, he's not interested in the stream today. I'm sorry. Where was I? Yes, and I just found out with driving the Model 3 for 1,000 kilometers and then 2 days later driving an Ioniq, I preferred the Ioniq just because of the drive, how it felt drive. Growls at the cat, Mohammedan. Come, Finny. Come, Finny. Come up. Yeah, try to get the cat up here. He's not interested. Is that there's no instrument cluster or HID? Yeah, for me that's also a problem when there is no instrument cluster. So who must be obeyed only because she knows that she never get to drive it. That's true. Yeah. So for me it just changed, and for me well, I said it last week. I say it. I will repeat it all the time. And the ID.3 is the total mix. It's not as powerful and doesn't charge as fast as the Model 3, but it's faster than most other cars with power and with range and with charging speed. Hopefully, we don't know, but it's still amazingly comfortable and quiet. And I think I prefer that. When it comes to software, I hope that they can get the WeConnect app into something that is more like the Tesla app, where I can see the temperature in the car and can preheat it and just works, not to wait a minute till something happens. Apparently Skoda Citigo 4 is also sold for the UK for the whole year. I think in Germany too. They can't build anymore. God, it's warm in here. 24 degrees. It was hot yesterday. Speed on the new Ioniq. Yeah, it's sad that the new Ioniq has a slowest charging speed. I still would get it before the old Ioniq. More range, better instrument cluster. It drove amazing. I loved to drive the Ioniq, and it's a very nice thing. Car pervert loves the e-Soul. Seems a nice car. It's amazingly ugly, the e-Soul, and the size is weird. Here he is, but it's the same car as Kona, e-Niro, e-Soul. That the three cars are exactly the same car when it comes to battery charging and software and whatever. So if you can really decide on the car how it looks like. Everything else is the same thing. I do believe that Volkswagen actually needs to make the App Connect very, very good. Not App Connect. Very important. App Connect is something different at Volkswagen. That's Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This is what will be missing in the September cars. They need to step up and do something crazy. Yeah, they just need to make it work instantly. And this is, I think it's not also the app itself. It's the connection of the car to the internet, and the e-app, I'm pretty sure, doesn't have a 4G connection, and that's why it takes so long. I have a 28 kilowatt Ioniq. I do wish they had upgraded the battery to 50-60 kilowatt, and it would be brilliant, well over 250 miles. I mean, charging 50 to 60 kilowatt. I charged the new Ioniq with 49 kilowatt. I was totally fine with it. I think that's totally okay, unless you do 2,000 kilometer road trips all the time, and then the Ioniq is not your car at all. If the range of the Ioniq was closer to 400 kilometers, I probably would have already bought it. No. When you drive slow, it's 300. If you drive a bit faster, 250. Cowboy says it's much more attractive than M3. Again, everybody needs something different. I always say that, and some people like this, some people like this. It all depends on what you're doing. Not even a small EV like the e-up can for some people make more sense than a Model 3. It's all up what you need. Thanks for clarifying. I wasn't actually sure what the difference was. Lol. The Soul is weird. I do agree. It just looks weird. Driving and everything is amazing. Joe, correct. I also need 400 kilometers. That's why e-Soul is interesting. Yes. I'm in contact with Hyundai about getting a Kona. When they have it in the area, I will get that, but nothing so far. Great stuff happening with EVs now. So much more choice now. That's true. EVs are coming fast this year, and then next year will be crazy. All the small ones are coming. Who else is excited for the ID.3? Come on. The leasing offer in Denmark is around 750 euros per month for the Plus. Start payment is around 2,800. This is for 36 months, 3 years, leasing in 15,000 kilometers per year. Too expensive for me, so I buy it. Did you do an e-Niro test? I had the e-Niro for an hour. So I have 2 videos or so online. I want to calculate what Soren Ludwig just said. The 750 euro thing. So it's for the Plus. So he says 750 euros per 36 months plus the 2,800 euros, that's 30,000 euros. What's the end payment? It's all about this. Because leasing is all about what do you pay in front, how long do you lease, how many kilometers do you drive, and then what's your end payment. So if you have it for 3 years and you set the end payment very high, you pay low rate, but then when the end is near and then you have to take it back, it's possible that you don't get the money that you thought this will be the case. So that's a problem. EV choices because of Tesla. If they don't exist, nobody else will be making them. That's true. What was the buying price, sorry, in Denmark? No to the battery for Ioniq to 50 kilowatt. Oh, no, there will never be and it's kilowatt hours, as Björn Nieland would be teaching you now, and I do the same. A battery size is kilowatt hours, not kilowatt. And there will never be a 50 or 60 kilowatt hour battery in the Ioniq, never. The Ioniq, I'm pretty sure this is the last Ioniq we will see, because it's a fossil car, so either a hybrid or then an electric. There's no more space for it, and that's why Hyundai is already developing the Hyundai 45, which then has 70, 80 kilowatt hour battery and can charge with 200 kilowatt. That would be amazing. So it seems like the Portuguese leasing prices makes much more sense to buy outright. Remember, cars are always more expensive in Denmark. What is the end payment in leasing? Yeah, that's true. That would be interesting. What color will you select for the ambient light strips? I have no idea. I have to test them all, but I think some more bluish. I probably just set them to white unless the color can be linked to the current motor regen power, which I doubt. No, it cannot be linked. I know that either the normal ID.3 or the first edition first has only a few colors, and then the Plus and the Max has 40 colors or something you can choose. But I will just test it. And it's same as with the intensity. It's possible that it's so annoying and I turn it off. Did you see that Tesla bought carbon emissions from Alfa Romeo so they didn't have to pay a big fine for the gas guzzlers? Really? I didn't see that. Why would they do that? Screw them. And Alfa Romeo has not one electric car, right? So why would I help a company like this? And they even have a lot of sports cars. With leasing and you go over the mileage allocation, can you just buy the car outright to avoid paying mileage surcharge? I have no idea. You have to ask your dealer. I have to ask that too. Well, Leaf was a car of the year before Tesla S was out. Yeah, it was a long time ago. They're estimating 32,689 for the ID.1 first standard edition in Norway. Our currency NOK is so weak these days, so they raised the price for several thousand Norwegian kronen. I think car manufacturers know that people want EVs. I think that too. Can the ID light flash to the music? No, it cannot. ID light, so the light strip right in front of the window, so the dashboard, and then again can show incoming calls, blinking. When the navigation says left or right, charging, so the charging percent, so it will show that. And when you asked ID something, so ID, hello ID, and then it will blink on your side, and then you can say stuff. Fiat also. No, there is no end payment in leasing. You just pay a start sum and monthly rates. If it would be the no payment, then the 750 is amazingly cheap. That means you pay off a car in 3 years. A car, because I calculated at 30,000 euros for the ID.3 first edition, which would be amazingly cheap. So there's some mistake in there. Tesla is selling its CO2 credits well for money. ID.3. Will it be interesting to see how the EVs will sell in Norway when the government add VAT to EV cars? Of course, this will all go down. That's normally. Germany is removing VAT for EVs. No, they're not removing it. In Germany, it's not set yet, but they're planning, I think, mid of June or end of June, I can't remember, to do the VAT, so the tax on everything, from 19% to 16% until the end of the year. From January 1st on, it's again the 19%. No, with leasing, you return the car at the end of the contract, so it's a bad deal. No, it's not. It all depends what you're doing with leasing. And what I want to do, I want to get the ID.3, drive it for 2 years, return it, and get maybe a different ID.3 or ID.4 or Hyundai 45. Oh, I don't know. But I don't want the car forever. So I want to use it for 2-3 years. It's all about what the dealer is telling me what's possible and what the price difference is. Yes, that's true. Leasing is just borrowing. It's nothing else. But you don't have to hassle with selling the car. But maybe in 3 years, EVs, there's so many EVs out there that nobody would want an ID.3 because the normal ID.3s to order is gone down in price. Very possible, but here they just take back your car. You have to calculate what's your thing, what you want to do. Leasing has no large payment because you're renting the car, not buying it. It has in Germany. In Germany, it works like this: you don't have to pay something in front, then you pay a rate, and this is according to how long your leasing is and how much mileage you do every year, and then you have an end payment. So for the Kona, for example, I had 10,000 in front, and then for 5 years an end payment was 15,000 or something like this. And then I could set myself the how high the end payment is. If I say no, I want it down to 13. So if I sell it at that point, or give it back, I get more money. So I don't lose anything, but I pay more in those years. It's all up to you if you need that. And I don't know anything about how the ID.3 prices are. I just know the first 3 months are for free when you get the car in September, and that helps. Your consumption videos and Björn's videos help me a lot to make my buying decision. So what did you buy? I want to know. And thanks, it's great that I can help you, but your payments will be greater than the drop in value of the car. The payments are the drop of value and the financing costs. So bank costs, what is it? Interest? Yeah, interest. This is what you pay. But it's all about how long and how many kilometers do you drive and what you want to do. Everybody's different. And because YouTube is my company, so my YouTube channel is my company, I think I can put this in partially, not fully, because I'm using the car private too, into my business thing, and then I don't pay taxes. I think I can do that. Have to look around, but I'm pretty sure. You really want to lease the car, not have a substitute for financing? Where are we? No, it was wrong. I wish UK would drop VAT on EVs and up the grant for family size EVs. That's the only way leasing makes sense if you want to change cars often. Yes, that's true. If you want to buy a car and if you want to get the car and drive it very long, then leasing is crap. At the London event, we had a big show of leasing. The end payment is 50% value of new car. Again, the end payment depends how long is the leasing is, and you can still have some influence on it. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. You really want to leave? Can you switch off the FES in the ID.3? No, because it's from this year on, every car that's being developed has to have the FES on and not being able to switch it off. So no. My Model 3 is on PCP. I have choice at the end to either give back or pay large end payment to keep the car. Yes, that's how it is. That's exactly. He's right. I will keep my ID.3 first for 40 years and sell it as a classic. Good idea. No, that's not true for Germany with no end payment. Again, you can select. You don't have to have an end payment. It's up what you want to do. I want an end payment. It would be stupid to buy a car in 2 years. What if I only want to drive the car for 2 years and it's a 50,000 euro car? My monthly payment would be astronomical. VLDP test for many cars. Super interesting photo. Okay. You can buy the car after your leasing month. Yes, you can. Yesterday placed my order for Ioniq 38 kWh, 35,000 euro, which I got a government eco voucher of 10.7 thousand euro total. So finally paid a shy and a 24 car arrives in 2 weeks. That's amazing. Congratulations. Well, you can pay a big amount at the end because you're essentially buying it as a used car from them. That's true. Can fund the price in Denmark. Hello, just joined. Hi. 30,000 for driving an ID.3 for 3 years is not really cheap. That's 10k per year just for having it. You have to get it back afterwards. That is no. Again, he said that there was no end payment. So after the 3 years, either you own it after the 3 years, or you can buy it, or you return it and then you start the lease for the next thing. But 750 euros a month is just crazy. That can't be it. 30,000 euros in 3 years, that can't be true. So there must be something else in there. Still makes no sound. Yes, Model 3, because it was developed before 2020, doesn't need the FES. Seems from these comments that we are going to have problems pushing leasing. Well, gotta go. Keep up the good work. Very interesting YouTube channel. Have a great evening. You too, Edwin. Bye. What's the thing you like the most about ID.3 based on everything you know now? What I said before, the mix. For the ID.3, what I liked is the mix of power, range, charging speed, software, size, and that it's an EV build up from the ground, not an fossil car changed into electric. What do you think about the trouble with these? I have no idea. I didn't read into this, and I don't care who's the CEO of Volkswagen. I just want the car. Only found price on Wednesday. That's true. Why can't my exit button doesn't work anymore here? Oh god. Need a new monitor here. This one always brings up the menu and some error message. It's annoying. Guys, it's a big misunderstanding. You don't have to pay anything at the end of lease. If you return the car, end payment is what you pay if you want to buy the car outright. That's true. He's right. You pay something in front, you pay a monthly rate depending on how long and your mileage, and then at the end you can pay and the car is yours, or you give the car back, and that's it. It's all up to you. ID.3 sounds like the perfect EV. All depends what you need. For me, right now, it seems like the perfect EV. What I would want in the ID.3 would be the heat pump and all-wheel drive at some point. The EV from design and size, good points. You could convert your Matrix to battery for less cost than ID.3. Maybe. But why would I do that? The whole chassis is crap. The whole car looks fugly. Here in Finland, a 2-year-old Kona is about 5k cheaper than a new one of the same spec, so the payments will need to be about 200 euros a month or less for it to be worth it. Plus interest. They're not doing leasing for nothing. It's interest and, of course, the miles. How much did you drive? If you drive 25,000 kilometers, of course, it's less value. Totally understandable. Oh my. So almost nobody answered about the. Who will order the car on Wednesday or this week? Who will order the ID.3? Interesting. Insurance. I don't know if it's always included in leasing. Is it always in there? So any country got pricing yet? Only Denmark got pricing yet. You can't do this with RV in leasing, at least not in Germany. I'm pretty sure they will change that because of the ID.3, because they want the ID.3 to be sold. So if their leasing rates every month would be 750 euros, then nobody will buy the car. I will order the Max here in Germany. Good idea. Not enough money yet. Wasn't an option in your survey. No, the survey was... Oh yeah, what was the survey? I forgot. In lease you should always be included. You don't actually own the car. Yes, you don't own the car, it's true. But you can easily give it back and get a different one. This is my... There is no three-way financing for the ID.3. There is no financing at all for the ID.3. Only buying or leasing when it starts. But I still wanna see from the dealer how this all works. It cannot be that if I wanna lease an ID.3 for 3 years, that I have to pay off the car fully in 3 years. It can't be. It would be the stupidest leasing ever. And leasing is not financing. It's two different things. That would be the stupidest thing ever. Think about it. A 50,000 euro car paying off in 3 years. Let's say I pay 10,000 euros up front. I still have to pay 40,000, and with government grant 30,000 euros in three years. That's 10,000 a year. And euros, so you can look up insurance rates for those cars to get an idea how much you will pay. Somebody at Volkswagen said that they're, because of so many safety features that the ID.3 has, it will be the insurance cost will be amazingly so it will be like a low Golf, so no low power. No, Golf is high because so many people are driving it. They just said it that the insurance should be cheaper because it's so safe, but I don't know how it will be. What is good with leasing is that where are we? What is good with leasing is that you can normally cancel midterm with cancellation fee. Stop it. Right now. Over. Where are we? Sorry, Kiss, no ID.3 for me. Kona arrived July 31st. Kona is an amazing car. Get it? That's really, I think lease, some people put 1 to 3% of rebate, and in most of the cases it seems that you have actually repaying the car. No idea. Well, when I made the reservation it was 40,000 sub, now we'll get around 10k. You don't pay off the car when it's leased, you pay an amount to match depreciation plus interest. Yeah, so there must be an end that you can buy the car, an end payment that you can buy the car, just give it back. You don't pay for the whole car. Danish lease price is crazy if correct. Yes. Stupid not to order. I'm interested in ID.4 and the Skoda Enyaq, but I'm also happy with the Ioniq first generation. Yeah, if ID.4 would just be way too big for me, but of course I want to drive it. What do you think about the new Skoda? When you mean the Skoda Citigo, the small one, the other ones, I've only seen camouflage things. I haven't sat in it, so I cannot say nothing. No, not fully, and not 700 euros. I already said they want to have half of the price in leasing after 36 months with 10k kilometers. So, if it's a 40,000 euro car, and then half price means 20,000 euros in 3 years. That is 550 euros a month. It's still a lot. Ordered one. I will. That's nice that you ordered the Citigo. I will order first base here in Norway and choose to get it in September. If that's an option, I haven't got delivery information yet. Never worked with children or animals. I'm worried that rear-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive will have negative effect on the insurance price though. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Kona, too little room in the back, torque steer, otherwise perfect. Same thing for me. But I don't need the space in the back, but the torque steer is really not fine. Kona cannot get the power down. That's true, but if you don't use sport mode when it's wet, then it's totally fine. When it's totally dry, you can use sport mode. It's fine. Is there a large end payment? Then that is not leasing. It's contract purchase. They are very similar. Okay. I would say leasing is different in each country within Europe, and this would include the UK. Kona constantly spins the wheels because it comes with really bad tires. I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I would need to know an end payment up front, because when I have done leasing before, they only tell you the price of the end payment at end of contract. In all cases, it was expensive. That's weird. Can you describe the difference between lane assist and travel assist again? Max is not self-driving well. Thanks for a great channel. Thank you, Johnny Lau. So, lane assist. If you have ever driven a Kona or an Ioniq, it's the same there. Lane assist is the thing, it's in Hyundai they call it lane keep. That means that if you don't touch the steering wheel and the car is getting close to the line, it will beep and then steers you back, and therefore you have a little ping pong effect between the lines. And travel assist is as in the Kona or Ioniq, then the lane follow assist, and this just keeps you in the middle between the lines and just drives you. The one is just a safety function, the other one is self-driving, but not up to a level of autopilot or anything from Tesla. Why is UK ordering put off until mid-July for pre-ID.3 bookers? I'm sure because of right-hand drive. Correct. What did I say? Yes, and poor stability control. I wouldn't know about the corner if it has a poor stability control. In Ireland, leasing was 420 euros a month for ID.3 First, not Plus or Max. Interesting how many people don't understand how leasing works. In Ireland, upfront payment was 4,000 euros for leasing. But why can't you choose that? I always thought in leasing you can choose how much you want to do up front, how long, how many kilometers, and then they calculate the rates. Just check Golf 8 leasing rates configured with an end price of an ID.3 reduced or Volkswagen part of buffer. Silke said 1 rates similar to Golf 8 rates. Should we do that? Leasing UK starts off on a basis of handling carbacks, sometimes an offer to purchase at end possible but amount unknown at the beginning. That's weird. Let's go to Volkswagen and see if we can lease a Golf 8. How do you do that? Golf 20,000 euros, that's a bit cheap. R-Line, that's 30,000 euros. Configure. And how do you do leasing? Mehr to leasing. Leasing usually starts with a deposit equal to up to 6 months payment. I think it's different in every country. Oder suchen Sie hier Ihr Auto? I did! How do you do leasing then? How do you do the No. R-Line. Configuration. And where is financing? No, no. UK ticket final payment is known for the IC said the 50% new price is a new policy for Volkswagen for the EVs. They told us this at London. But only if you do it at a certain time. When you say you want the car for 5 years, I'm pretty sure it's not 50%. Personal contract plan. Not only in every country, but with every financial institution financing the lease. That's true. I can understand that. Ja. Where is leasing? God damn it. I can't find it in the configurator. I don't see anything. And when I go to leasing, blah, 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 then it says, go select the car and configure it. And then I configure a car. And it just says, what's this? Over here in Croatia, usually banks do that, not the car manufacturers. Let's see what we have. Now I have to say where to pick it up. No. God damn it. It's annoying. Oh. This is annoying. Yeah. I don't get it. Figure a car and click on a monthly amount. There is nothing with a monthly amount. I'm here. Come on. I'm here and it says 30,195 euros and there's no monthly amount. Doesn't say anything. Just configure. And I already checked that because I wanted to do that. And if I go down, it says financial blah blah blah, and then leasing, and then I get somewhere else. Doesn't do that. Help me! Who's there? Help me! Look! I'm here. I selected Golf 8 R-Line and do configure and I don't know. Select something. Yeah, screw off. Select something expensive. Select this. Yes. Why does it come up all the time? Then color. Fast. Then rims. And extras. This. Done. And then it says the price. But I don't see any monthly cost. There it is. Now. No, that's just for the... What is this? Is it this? Can't be 1200 euros. No, that's... Help me. Where is your ID.3, dude? It's here. Oh, there's a cat in front of it. No, I can't show you. It's not here yet. Below the car is the amount. There's the car. Ah, there we are. 310 euros. Ooh, maybe I can calculate the different. Private leasing. There we are. See? You can see the time. How much kilometers you drive. I say 50,000 kilometers. I want it, let's say 3 years. I want to pay 11,000 in front. And then, if there's a day, ooh, you can do that. You want the insurance and then calculate. That's it. And they have 2% interest on it, and then your monthly rate is 278. But this is with a car that costs 36. So I will do less. I say 5 less. So 6,000. And then we are at 420 euros. A lot of money. But better than 750. Only Tesla site gives you a monthly price below the car pick. Yeah, I found it. We should get... I mean, and the whole incentives for Germany are in there, because the Plus will cost 37, maybe even less. 46, then around -10, so 36, around that. So this is really the thing I'm gonna pay. So for 3 and then let's say 10,000 and 25,000 kilometers a year would be 307 euros. That's okay for me. Now that the percentage is different. Oh. When I drive only 20,000, 284. Maybe I do that. Yes, loan can be cheaper. Of course, loan can be cheaper. What if I do it longer? Let's do 4 years. What, only 3 euros less? Nah. What, only 2 years? 301 euros. Huh. And then less percent here. I really want to pay 11,000. 259. How much it is with 1,000 euros more in the beginning? That's amazing. 259 would be okay for an ID.3, huh? Because this is what this should be my... Oh, you can't see. I'm so sorry. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. I apologize. So in here you can do private leasing. Does it give you an end price? And I'm saying I want it for 3 years. I will pay 11,000 euros because the Golf R that I put in, 37,000 euros, is even a bit more expensive than my Plus. But the max will be 39. We'll see. And I will drive, let's do 22,500 kilometers, which is 267 euros a month. That's okay. And it says, what's the end? How did they do that? Doesn't say. Anything with amount of money? No, it doesn't say. So you cannot. At Hyundai, I could select what was my last payment. Volkswagen, I cannot. Show by price, not leasing in the extras. Buy price is 37,735. And if I do that again, 2.5. It still says the same thing, but then there's interest, of course. And then that means I pay 20,612 euros. Is that true? Calculate 36 times 267 plus the 11,000 euros. That's true. They calculated right. What's the interest? Here, 1.99%. No, it's not the ID.3, but they say that here just Michael Fischer here, he said that a similar price and it should be similar leasing. And the first 3 months, or if I do it right, are for free. So I save 750 euros on that. What's the enormous word with none under it? Where's none? Enormous word with none. It's not a normal loan. Loan you can select here. So credit, I can do here credit, and I can say how long. So for example, 36 months. Again, I do the 11,000, and then I drive 20,000 and a half, but then you pay it off. And then it says here that you pay 36 months, 400 euros, and then end, you have to pay 17,000 euros. In the calculator. What's the big number? This 20,612? Sorry. This was the insurance for leasing. So you can insure it that if you, I don't know, for some reason can't afford the leasing anymore or stuff. Let's see what the difference is. Just again, 36, 11,200. How is that possible that it's the same monthly rate when you have the insurance or not? Look, everywhere I click it, it's the same. Is it extra? You have to pay it extra? Is it that? Where does it say that? No, it doesn't say that. Got to go now, I'm going to have dinner. What, so late? Crazy. Leasing companies must make money. I've been told first owner leasing taker pay about half of the car's new car price. Next owner pay 2/3 of the car price, means they have an extra of 1/3. I'm pretty sure that leasing is good for Volkswagen and for the banks. It all depends what you need. How long do you want to drive the car? And I don't want to drive the ID.3 too long, because now with the whole YouTube thing, for me, it's better to change up cars. And when I see that's cool. Oh god, yeah, got to go now. Oh, thanks, late dinner. Sorry, exactly why Volkswagen want to lease the ID, because they will not make money on it if people buy it. Very possible. For leasing, you have to put the whole amount of the car minus only Volkswagen invented, but you can use the rest 6,000 buffer as first sum. So Volkswagen doesn't get the incentives I get it, but they deduct the incentives that Volkswagen is giving. So when I buy the Plus, 46,000 euros, they deduct 3,000 before taxes, so more than 3,000. So the car is less than 43,000. And then I do the whole leasing, and I can put down my starting payment, the 6,000 I get from the government. Is it this? Does it work like this? How long are you planning to keep ID.3? 2 or 3 years? I'm guessing 2, because I really think that EVs are coming fast now, and I don't want to keep the same car that long. Oh, maybe even an ID.3 at some point that is all-wheel drive, or a different car. Who knows? I thought, hey, I thought that this ID.3 looks strange. I only now realized you are demonstrating on Golf. Yes, because you cannot do the whole pricing for the ID.3. But Michael Fischer here just said, and he always knows stuff. Always go to that guy. He always knows stuff of Volkswagen that is, huh? Really? How do you know that? And it's very interesting. And he said that leasing prices will be around Golf 8 prices, and so I took a car that has similar price. Okay, so I have to go back and get an even more expensive one. What's the most expensive Golf 8R I can get? Configure Golf and check the rates for around 22,500. Okay, let's do that. Let's go back. Configure, ID.3 line, engine, yes, screw off with the accepting. What's the most expensive? Diesel. Ugh, that's gross. Stop the stuff. Color, what's the most expensive? 1,000. Let's do that. 490. Where are we now? Where can you see the price? 38. We need 4,000 euros more. We want this and this. What do we have now? And this, of course. And head-up display. And, ooh, comfort package. No, there's no head-up display. What do you want from me? Get away. Yes. Where are we now? 43. Well, too much. Damn it. To go back in. 1,000 euros too much. Then not this, not this. Screw off. Where are we now? 40,375. Is that okay for you guys? Diesel is gross. Best just renting a swap more frequently. But renting is so expensive. I looked at for YouTube anyways. I looked at the rates for next move. And only the very small cars are already at 400 euros a month. And then the bigger ones, and then you're still kilometer restricted. And if there's one scratch, then you have big problems. But let's do this now with this car. 42,375. That seems to be okay. Okay, what's going on? There we go. Private leasing, 3 years. I drive 22.5. Full insurance, and then we do the 11,000 plus the. Why is this now so much more? Then not 216. That's okay. 206. Oh, it's now at 4 years. I want 3 years. No, it's the same. No, 178 euros. Huh? You see that? That's amazingly cheap. Oh, you guys see that? The ID.3 Plus with 42,375 euros for 3 years with it, and I do 25,000, and I want the biggest insurance, but it doesn't work. Hey, it said an error message before. Yeah. It only wants 4 years, I think. What about this? Also not? Then not. Then no insurance. Screw you. Then it's 191 euros. No, so I want to pay 11,000 euros. But I get incentive 6,000 euros, and then I can put this in the Sonderzahlung. So in the beginning, that's not cheap. You pay 17,000 plus 6 times 120 euros. No, because 6,000 is from the government. They only pay 11,000 euros. So I myself pay 11,000. Yeah, I have to start over. I pay 36 times 191 plus 11,000 euros. I pay 18,000 euros to have a car for 3 years. What's the interest rate? It's 1.99%. What are we looking at now? So this is a Golf 8R that with weird features that at the end it costs the same as an ID.3 Plus, and then we're calculating leasing price, and I want to pay 11,000 euros on front, and I get 6,000 euros incentives. That's why I put in 17,000 euros. It doesn't matter. Did you get 6,000 from the government on your favorite aunt? Volkswagen is still getting it. It's crazy, but not cheap. I don't saying it's cheap. For me, it's cheap. I have the 11,000 euros here, and right now, alone with gas, I pay 120 euros with my car here, and again, I pay less. I pay 600 euros less because the first month, 3 months are free. Haha. 6,000 euros per year for having a car that does not belong to you because it's new. What if I buy it? Then I have the hassle of selling it. And the financing, so the credit. Let's do credit and do the same thing for 3 years. 25,000 kilometers. I pay 17,000 euros up front. Then I pay 231 euros for 3 years. And then I still have to sell the car. So I pay more if I do financing for the 3 years. Think about that. And I still have to hassle to sell it. If I get more, then there's 80,000 for the car after 3 years. But I doubt it. Remember winter tires? Yeah, of course, but it doesn't matter what I'm doing. So if I do leasing or credit, I still have to buy winter tires. Come on, Michael Fischer, you're a big Volkswagen fan. You should support me here. But you can sell it for much more than 18K. Are you sure? The car costs 42 new, incentives of 6,000 euros, so 36. After 3 years, a 36,000 euro car is more, I think it's less than 50%. And then, in 3 years, EVs that are new are cheaper than they are now. In 3 years, I'm pretty sure an electric car with 400 kilometers of range will not cost 40,000 euros. Did you realize head with a high start rate, the 3 free leasing rates won't be as high? A reason for me to do no high first sum. Yes, but I understand you save more when you do nothing. Let's do that again. Let's do that. Let's do private leasing again. 36 months, 25,000 euros. No ding, and do 0. Does this work? Then it's 677 euros. Let's calculate this. 677 euros times 36 is 24,372. What did I calculate before? Did you guys remember? Oh, I put it in here so I don't forget. Let's do that again with 17,000. Oh, I have to do 6,000 up front. That was wrong. 6,000 up front. Then we add 505. And calculator, I have 10 windows open with calculator. 505 times 36 is 1,800. 180, and it's true, it's cheaper. So when I do the same with 17, it's 191 times 36 plus 17. Did I do something wrong, huh? Okay, I do that again. 23,876. And if I do it with 6,000 euros, I have 505 times 36 plus 6,000 euros is 24,180. So it costs less. No, it's the cost of financing. But I have to deduct the three rates. Ooh, let's do that. So right now I do only 33 times 505. Then I pay this. Just pay cash. I don't have the cash. So this is my payment for the 3 years. And now I put in 17,000. And it's 191 times 33 plus 11. It's 17,303. You're right. It's cheaper. It's cheaper for me because Volkswagen is giving me the first 3 payments to not pay anything in front. Huh. Is it cheaper to not even pay the 6,000? Let's do that. I'm crazy here. Where's my calculator? It went off. There it is. Let's do that again. What if I pay 0? It's 677. 677 times 33. And I get 6,000 euros from the government. That's 16,341. That's even less. Here it says 1.99% for the loan rate. If I don't pay anything, that's even less. Huh. With free first winter tires, has any of you looked in alternatives to for his offer? Sorry for changing subject. I don't even haven't seen what Volkswagen wants for the winter tires. You have to pay minimum deposit. What personal loan rate can you get in Germany? I think it's nice big spreadsheet is in order. Yeah, I think so too. So far when you calculate, Michael Fischer is totally right. The cheapest thing with when the calculation is the same as for the Golf 8R with 42,000 euros. It looks like the best thing is to not pay anything at all. Save the first 3 rates, then get the incentives. I don't have a house mortgage. I'm renting, but I have money right now, and I get 6,000 from the government, and I just pay off from that in those 3 years, and this is the cheapest. So for me, the easiest, and you have to think about that. A high leasing rate means, as having a business with YouTube, there's a big amount of money I can put in my calculations to pay no taxes. I mean, I don't earn 700 euros with YouTube right now. That's very interesting. Does the EV grant come to you after purchase, or does Volkswagen deduct it from the list price? So every EV manufacturer, they have from the without tax price before taxes, they have to deduct 3,000 euros. Then they put 16% tax on it. You don't get the 3 months for free. Don't they get exposed? Of course you get the 3 months for free. That's the whole thing with the people that get the car in September when they're first mover club. You get the first 3 lease payments for free. Lease payments as business related expense. Clever. Well, it's always I'm using the car private, but I'm using the car also for my company or my self-employment. And then because I'm going to places, I'm going to test stuff, pick up other EVs. So I'm sure I have to get a book where I wrote in all my driving and then say how much was private, how much was for work. And then I'm guessing the same percentage goes off the leasing. That would be amazing. During recession, the bank loan charges tend to be very low and you get the car for yourself. Leasing, when you hand over the car, they may charge you fees for scratches and imperfections of the car. They will, for sure. but I'm not planning to. It's the same when you buy it and then sell it. If you have scratches in there, you get less. Let's see, Volkswagen says that the 3 rates are calculated as 3 times 400 for all calculation. What makes sense is everyone gets, say, 1,200 euros. That's true, but I hope they're open with it. If they say the first 3 months are free, I hope they stick to that and then not later say, hey, only up to this amount when I order it. When I don't know it now, I'm okay, but on Wednesday when I go to order, I need to know it before. Will you have to decide finance deal this week? Again, not financing. It's either buying it and then or financing with a different bank, not with Volkswagen, or leasing in Germany. And yes, you have. You can wait and say I have to think about it and come in later. Is it 3 months of no payments or 3 months extra for free? No, it's 3 months no payment. So if you have, like I did 36 months of leasing, you only pay 33. No payments, I think. My head is going to explode. That's good. So I have to talk to the dealer if this non-payment for 3 months has cannot exceed a special number. I have to know that, and then based on this I will calculate, because getting a 6,000 euros and having money on the side is easier to pay off like this. Again, if they put something on top and say no, we only give you 400 a month, then it will be different, but we'll find out later. Is it already so long that people are looking forward? Hey, have you seen that in the live streams, that if I live stream more than 2 hours and then it does afterwards, it does the calculating, the rendering or whatever, and then if I watch it, only 2 hours, or you can only watch 2 hours. So if the stream was 2 hours and 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes are missing. A day later, then the whole thing is on, but just in the first day it's not. That's interesting. Get a 24-month lease and save more from those 3 months. Have to calculate. Let's check it out. I put down the McCain pay 3 months for months. So let's go back. Private leasing, only to 2 years, 25,000 a year, 0. Calculate 863. That's true. You save even more. Can you do 1 year? You can even do 1 year. What is it then? 1,400 euros. Yeah, maybe Michael Fischer is right. Maybe they put a limit how high that, because then they will pay. Look at that, 4,200 euros for me. I doubt that. And you probably get the 6,000 euros every 2 years. If you buy a new EV, you get the 6,000 right now, but stuff will change. Maybe in 2 years, incentives in Germany is higher or the same or lower. I don't know. But for this right now, maybe I only do 2 years. 800 euros a month. Think about that. What is that? It is then 21 times 863. That's 18,000 euros minus the 6,000 incentives. That's 12,000 euros for. That means divided by 24 months. That's 505 euros a month for a car. It's a lot of money. What was the other thing I calculated before? 36. It's 677 times 33 minus 6,000 divided by 36. 453 a month. Cheaper. Do you think you will have DC charging restrictions when leasing because frequent fast charging can age the battery quicker? What about minimum state of trade requirement? I don't think so. 1 year could be interesting for me. Then maybe I can get a poster too here. Have to cover to use 2 then. Yeah, it's all about the cost for the whole time. But I find it interesting to not pay anything that you save money. Maybe they on the ID.3 they require the 6,000 euro payment up front. Maybe they do that, but that the leasing price goes down. We'll see. I will find out on Wednesday. What are you guys doing when you buy the car? So Michael Fischer, I want to know that. I know I'm talking about you, but you know so much. What are you buying an ID.3 at all? You're just Volkswagen interested or whatever? You're already driving an EV? Let's question him. Car finance is tricky. Yeah, especially now with incentives and 3 months free or whatever. We want to know. Yeah. What are you guys doing? Financing, buying, leasing, or screw it all and not do anything? But for me right now, I pay. There will be a minimum deposit. It's possible. We don't know. I will know on Wednesday. What do I want to say? Right now with gas, I pay. With this car, what is interesting, mid-May I did the calculation, interest were about 0.2 to 0.6, now it's around 2%. Yeah, I do leasing. You just, that's funny, the whole time you said leasing is crap, it sounded like you don't like crap at all, but you do it. Must not pay so much, I have only the base version, that's true. But it's only, what is it, with tax, 5,000 euros. Tesla came back to me with a lowball trade-in value for my Passat of 9,600. For you might do the same. Huh. Well, my car outside is not worth maybe 800 euros. I'm not doing anything there. Oh God. Huh. It would be an interesting Wednesday. Have to think a lot. I will find out a lot. Maybe I'm not ordering. No, I will sell the car when the ID.3 is here. I need a car. When the ID.3 is here, then I will sell the car outside. It's so old. It is. So you're talking to Marty. Oh, sorry. Of course. But for me, I will keep the car because I need the stupid, crappy car, and there's no option if buying a car. No answer. Oh, sorry. It sounded like you don't like leasing. Maybe I misread. I apologize. So we'll find out a lot of stuff on Wednesday, how the whole leasing will work, and then of course I'll make a video about it. UK is considering a scrappage scheme, scrap an old worthless car and get 6,000 of a new EV. Wow, that's a great idea. That would be amazing. If I would get even more incentives. I have a crappy old car. We have a month to work it out, see what you left-hand drive people do first. That's true, but in the UK it will be totally different. Leasing, 5,000 euro start price, rest is mortgage. Sold my i3 in February. I'm using wife's car, sold my i3. That's nice. Oh God. Yeah, there will be a lot of thinking on Wednesday. That would be very interesting. That's good. The car is getting complicated now. Yes. So these I already put down my whole what I need for the leasing, and then I have to write down so many questions. And I'm really scared that my local dealer will not have the hell of a clue on Wednesday. Yeah, I hope it's all in the software. I hope they have the software ID.3 and then it says yes, no. Do you want ID.3 mover? Yes, no. Do you want leasing or buying? And then leasing, how long, kilometers. He just put this all in and then he calculates it, and then that's it. I think it's hopefully like that. And then it's done, not too big of a deal, but I still have to calculate then, and hopefully it says the starting price. Christian Wiener, Wildlife, will you ask for leasing prices? Of course, because I'm doing leasing, so I need to know. Checked out the dealer yesterday, software will be delivered, training next week. What, next week? hopefully they know it till Wednesday. Time to move. Oh yes, Monday. Okay. So Monday they get training for it. Yeah, like I said, I asked my contact at the dealership and see what he knows about it. Could you please report them when you have the info? Would be nice. Of course I will. I will make a video on Wednesday for sure. Maybe I didn't order it. No, of course. I will order the car for sure. I just have to calculate what I want. And I need to know if the... it must be in the systems, but you must know that. I need to know beforehand that the first 3 months of leasing are free, or is there a limit on the amount? I need to know that. The Zoe gets here tomorrow in a week. It's amazing. And at work on Friday and Saturday this week, we're on some I don't know, team meeting crap, so that we work together better. Something like this. Annoying and boring. And then Sunday off, and then Monday. Can you share a spreadsheet on Google Docs? You mean spreadsheet about the financing? I didn't do a spreadsheet. I just went to the Volkswagen site. The only spreadsheet, the Google thing, are the charging cars from the cars I already had, e-up, and they're already in the description of this live stream. But the leasing I did not do. Oh, I didn't show you I got today this. It's the safety thing for first responders for the ID.3. What time is your appointment? I don't know yet. I'm guessing as early as possible. I hope it's 7 or 8. But I will make the video in the evening, so you guys will not know. And this just shows where the airbags are and where some stuff is and how to get it in park and whatever. And even how to turn off the car, and then so it's for safety people when they have to get the battery off. This is good, but what was nice was the charging port. There's a strap in the right side. Did I see that in the manual? I can't remember. No, it's not the manual. This is just could make sense to spread important news directly in the Facebook group. I can do that. I can do that. So if the guy, the dealer, no, the manual is not online. I checked yesterday. Yes, I hope he knows. I will not order if I don't know that. If they don't know how this works, they have to know if the 3 month is without limit. If there is a limit, then I will. I'm guessing I will do a payment exactly to that limit. So if they say 400 euros leasing, then I will do that. That leasing is 400 euros. So to save the most. Ha! I'm an asshole. Cheapskate. I'm so mean. Who else has an appointment on Wednesday to order the car? So it's Michael Fischer and me. There must be more. Did you get color choice confirmed? Yes. But in my order registration, it shows the wrong interior color. And I emailed Volkswagen. They said it's a mistake. You are down for white. Ooh, it's totally. I forgot this. When we was talking about 9 o'clock. Cool. I don't know when the thing is opening my dealer. But when I talked to him in September, he said I'm totally fine with coming in even earlier. So maybe you can order it earlier. Something like this. Is an appointment needed? If I decide to order, I'll just walk in. I think so. You need an appointment because if he's just talking to someone else for an hour and you have to wait an hour, it's annoying. If they let you have the Max but in a different color only, will you take it? Maybe in the gray, but not in the turquoise. I don't like that. Lots of coffee is required. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I wanted to say. So in the Max, the interior color is never white. So you only, in the Max or in the first, you only have the choice of one interior color, and it's dark, and a dark steering wheel. And in the Plus, I can have a white steering wheel. So again, he will. I emailed my dealer, and he will get it tomorrow. He's in holiday. He gets in work tomorrow. Hopefully, he emails me back right away tomorrow. Get the orange interior, of course. Oh yes. Will I get the Max for the same price with the orange interior? No. And if he tells me I can get the Max, it's no problem. I probably will get it. And if he tells me he doesn't know, and most likely not, then I stay with the Plus and it's fine. No, not keen on the flat gray or the blue. Me the same way. I just love white. It looks amazing. I mean, look at that. That's just amazing. And the rims too. I don't want the other rims. Off topic, is everyone here using a better route planner app? Does it worth it buy premium subscription, or do you use PlugShare to check charges? What does the premium subscription do? What you get at the better route planner? I like the better route planner with planning the route, but like it said, but when using it to drive, so to see navigation, I don't like the screen. I will buy my first white car. Me too. No, mine is white now. Live data. So live data from traffic or also from chargers, because a lot of chargers cannot send that somebody is charging. Yeah, I tried a better route planner with the 1,000-kilometer challenge. Ooh, we have to talk about that too. Navigation definitely remains ways. Yeah. I love Google Maps as navigation in the car. I just love it. This is something where I would love the Model 3 just for that. I love the screen, how it looks like, and with the traffic information. That's totally my thing. I'm a bit scared with ID.3 and the navigation in the e-app. The navigation, the Maps and More app was horrible. It looked so disgusting. No, and in the better route planner, it's the same thing. Just a few. I don't like 3D, and then you put it to 2D, and I want north up, and it just looks, it doesn't look good. Oh, yes, so what I wanted to ask you, a bit of brainstorming. You guys are amazing. So, since I will be doing, most likely in other cars, the 1,000-kilometer on a German highway fast as possible, I want to brainstorm with you guys. What is the best name for it, for a video? So, for example, Hyundai Kona, 64 kilowatt hour battery, then slash or whatever line, and then what would be the best name? And Björn Nieland has an amazing 1,000-kilometer challenge, and I don't want to copy that and name it the same way. That's his thing. But I want to have it in there, 1,000 kilometers, Autobahn or German highway. I'm guessing everybody knows what Autobahn means, and it means that I can drive faster than normally. And so for the name for the video, what would be the best? That would be good. Go say it. My wife thought of, what was it? KL and K1000. No, it just, you guys will know. 1K test, Autobahn challenge, 1,000-kilometer Autobahn challenge. What did my wife say? So Hyundai Kona electric. How fast on 1,000 kilometers Autobahn? 620 mile challenge. No, without the challenge. I love the word challenge, because it's not race, because race in Germany can have problems when you put the word race in there. But it should say I'm driving 1,000 kilometer on the Autobahn, and I want to do it with charging as fast as possible. Trial. Huh. But does it mean I'm trying it more often when it says trial, or is trial okay? The Mega Meter Challenge. How about Kraftwerk Run after their album? Oh God. Trial. Or Hyundai Kona, how fast, no, not how fast. How fast can it drive 1,000 km Autobahn? Is this too long? Trial isn't equivalent to preview. Preview? I didn't meant preview. 1,000 km challenge with cat. So it should say the title, so people that don't know me and look up ID.3, and then when the video is coming up, they should know, hey, there's someone driving the ID.3 for 1,000 km on German highway as fast as he can, including charging. And this should be in one name. And I think Björn Nilan with Challenge did it very good. Trial is good. Avoid Audi overtaking challenge. ID.3 mega major test. But mega major test, that would be something that we know, but no one else. It's the same with my Raccobi test, range consumption, best speed. We know that now, but if somebody comes and doesn't know what Raccobi means, then nothing changes. Then other interrogation. I like trial. Do we call it trial? 1,000 km trial. 1,000 km Autobahn trial. Does it really say that? Do you guys, if you would see that, would you really think that this means driving as fast as possible, not doing a 1,000 km holiday drive and then, oh, do I charge here or not? So I really want to test how good the charging is, and I can't drive 24/7. No, I don't want to. I think it is irrelevant to call it 1,000 km from a consumer point of view. I'm interested what distance can I cover in 8 to 10 hours of driving. But it's always hard to test with different cars, because then this car you expect in 10 hours to be at that point, the other cars at that point. With 1,000 kilometers you can see this is and if it's always the same drive, I mean, of course, traffic will be different and construction site, but I think that's better. 1,000 km Autobahn challenge, max average speed including charging. I'm so creative. Yes. Maybe time trial. 1,000 km Autobahn time trial. How far can I get in a day of driving? The Grand 1,000 Tour. That makes there will be problem. Million meter trial. Autobahn 1K EV trial. I think I want the 1,000 kilometers written. It just looks good, and Autobahn looks good. What is ID.3 maximum speed? 160. Yes, but 160 GPS, so it will show 165 or something. Fastest at 1,000 km Autobahn. But it's not the fastest. How do you say that in the video? So Hyundai Kona faster at 1,000 km Autobahn? It sounds like that the Kona is the fastest to drive 1,000 kilometers. That's not true. Autobahn dash. Maybe the time trial sounded the best. So if it says something like this, VW ID.3 first edition 1,000 km Autobahn time trial. How does it look like? Max speed is a slope max speed in a slow poke. No, the max speed is a bit too low. I think so too. 180 would have been more fun. 170. Beat the clock 1,000. But beat the clock again sounds like a race. How fast can ID.3 do 1,000 kilometers? Yeah, should I do it like this? So not, because most of my videos always say the car and then what I do. Maybe I should do it like this. How fast can Volkswagen ID.3 do 1,000 km Autobahn? Do I win a prize? What did you say? Where are you, Darren? I can't see you. Interrogation. Bingo. Yeah, 1,000 km EV Autobahn doesn't say that it's fast. It just sounds like I'm going to a holiday. So let's do it like this. How fast Can Volkswagen ID.3 do 1,000 km Autobahn? How's that? Do it like this? I said trial. Oh, yeah. Time test. 1,000 km Autobahn. Huh. Time test. Should you have EV in the title? Don't you think that people know Volkswagen ID.3 is an EV? Then I would have to do it. You need a car model first. Gamers call it speedrun. Start with free. That'll get clicks. Can ID.3 do 1,000 kilometers in 10 hours? No, it cannot. Never. I think it will be 10.5 to 11. Maybe even more. That won't be happening. Clicks, yeah, but run for the border. Autobahn time test. Huh. The time test doesn't sound bad too. So when I do Volkswagen e-Golf 1,000 km Autobahn time test. How does this look like? ID.3 does 1,000 km Autobahn and insert whatever you got. This is also about run. Now run sounds the same as race, and it could be a problem in Germany because there are problem with when you do a certain distance in a special time. I'm not speeding or anything, but I think this is dangerous. So I don't want a problem with that. With run, what was it? Questions about this. ID.3 does 1,000 km Autobahn in 11 hours. Is it wrong to say the time already in the title? So is someone who's not so of course if someone comes by, sees the car does 1,000 kilometers in 11 hours, will he still watch the video who's not amazingly interested in the car, who's ID.3 is fine, but it's okay. But if I don't say the time, if I say the question, what we did before, how fast can Volkswagen ID.3 do 1,000 km Autobahn, will they watch it because they think they want to know till the end? So they at least click on it and then maybe jump to the end and see how fast it was. One ID.3 1,000 km sprint. A sprint is the same as run, huh? So you state something afterwards, you prove it if the one does. Oh, so question mark. So ID.3 does 1,000 kilometers in 11 hours, question mark? Or so can ID.3 do that? You keep them in suspense until the end. Of course, this is the most fun. Putting 1,000 kilometer time in the Tesla title did not work out. I thought when I did it in the Tesla video, because it's faster than it was before, that it will interest more. VW ID.3 Autobahn boredom test. That's true. Can ID.3 drive 1,000 kilometers in 11 hours if he wonders? As long as you put question mark at end. Realistic Autobahn 1 more time. I skipped through 1,000 kilometer tests. It all depends how the test is made, if it's boring or not. Watch this to see how ID.3 does 1,000 kilometers in 11 hours. Legal sprints. Oh god. I like the time test. How to go the wrong way on Autobahn? Yes, with the question. I like the time test and I like the question. How fast can Volkswagen e-Golf do 1,000 kilometer Autobahn? I skipped the charging stops. I wouldn't do that. I find it interesting in the EVs because this is what the 1,000 kilometer test is for. That you can see how fast the car is charging when you arrive with a low state of charge, when you arrive with a bit of a higher state of charge, and then maybe, oh my god, my state of charge is too low, I have to drive slower, stuff like this. That makes it more interesting. I think the charging stops are more interesting than the whole drive. The same with the consumption. This is how fast ID.3 can drive 1,000 kilometers Autobahn. So what's better, a question or a statement? How fast can the ID.3 drive 1,000 kilometers Autobahn? Or time trial is the best. I want trial. Or not the number, but saying this is how fast ID.3 can drive 1,000 kilometers Autobahn. I still don't know, because I don't know if I will. But I thought about doing it with the e-Golf. But the more I think about it, the less I want to do it. It takes so much. It takes 15 hours. It costs me a fortune in charging. And I don't think anyone is interested still, since the e-Golf will not be able to be ordered in the end of this year. I'm very curious about that 1,000 kilometer sprint. I calculate 10.2 hours for the ID.3 if the average speed is 130 kilometers and the average consumption is 22 kilowatt hour 1,000 kilometers. My stream gone for a sec. It says calculating here, trying not to miss the exits this time. I know. You will tell me. But again, I thought about it, but I don't think so. I won't do it with the Renault Zoe. Björn Nieland just did it, and the Leaf E Plus the same. It's a lot of work. If somebody else run down 1,000 kilometer Autobahn time test. Yes, of course he can. ID.3 can beat the e-Golf. But with the ID.3, I just have to do it. Yes, that's it. ID.3 1,000 kilometer time travel without missing my turn. I do that. With the ID.3, I so have to do it. And I would love to do it with the Jaguar I-Pace with the new charging update. It's really cheap to charge in a public station. I live in Switzerland and just buy an e-Golf. No, it's always cheaper to charge at home. With e-Golf to 500, see it rapid gating. So it would be interesting this summer for 1,000 kilometers. I thought Björn Nieland did it. Was this not in October or something? 2 days. Oh my. Yeah. No, I don't think with the Zoe. But with all three cars, I of course will drive it to zero and then charge it full and see that and do my consumption tests, normal driving tests, fast Autobahn tests. October in Norway is winter. Huh. He did the thing in winter. To check. Maybe I have to do. But in the Zoe, I'm only allowed to drive 2,000 kilometers. So, big problem there. Nieland, Zoe. The real challenge. Zoe 1,000 kilometers 5 months ago. Ooh, there was even in January. And then range test was, what, 7 months ago? Maybe I should ask if I can drive a bit more. Take 2 days. October 1,000 for your challenge and 1,000 for everything else. Yeah, 1,000 with everything else is not a lot. I will use the car to drive, because 1,000 kilometer challenge is not 1,000 kilometers. You have to get to the first charger, drive the 1,000 kilometers. It's usually a bit more, and then drive home. So it's 1,050 or 1,100 kilometers. But then I want to do all my tests, drive it to zero and charge. This is 400 kilometers. Then do my range tests at different speeds, every time 60 kilometers. So this is 200. So I'm already at 1,700 kilometers. And then I want to use the car to go to work and home to test to see if how it is to use the car for 2 weeks in normal thing. And then city consumption tests. Yeah, it's not a lot. I have a 500 to 1 mile challenge planned. What should I call it? Exactly that. With the, what should I call it? Is it possible to design the test so that you start and finish near home? No, because I want to drive it only on the German highway. And the German highway is at least 15 kilometers away. Or when I want to start at a charger, it's 25 kilometers away. And just because they just built an Ionity charger close by, before I had to drive 60 kilometers to the first Ionity charger and start there. And with the Model 3, I started a supercharger, which is 35 kilometers away. Will your Zoe have CCS? Of course. Only Type 2. No, of course it has the CCS. It will be, I'm pretty sure, a top spec car. Press cars are always top spec. They want to show it off. They love that. The car, the chair made sound. So mean. Yeah, I don't think so. I can ask. Maybe I should email her if I can drive a bit more, if this is a problem. I don't know. 500 more. I mean, think of it. I did my videos with the Volkswagen e-up. I drove it to work and home, and I drove it. Did a few tests. Time to go. Thanks, Chris. Good luck on Wednesday. Stay safe. All talk soon. Bye. Bye, Marty. I did all my tests, and then at the end I drove 2,200 kilometers without a 1,000-kilometer challenge. And when a 1,000-kilometer challenge is not just the problem, the biggest problem with the 1,000-kilometer challenge is time and money. It's the charging, and then when I do live stream, I have to pay €6 to have unlimited data on that day. So I predict charging 1,000 kilometers in the Zoe. Let's say the Zoe. Let's say 18 or 19 kilowatt hours times 35 cents or €66 plus the thing is so €75 to do the 1,000-kilometer test. Huh. Why does it have to be 1,000 kilometers? It could be 500 kilometers. It has to do with charging. Because with 500 kilometers, with most EVs right now, you only charge one time. Battery life 1,000 kilometer Autobahn time test. The time test is also nice. I still don't know. Run down 1,000 kilometers Autobahn time test. It's very hard. And with 1,000 kilometers, you're starting with 100%, driving it down to almost zero, charge it not fully, go on, charge it again not fully, just to the perfect where the speed drops, and so maybe 700 kilometers it would be better, or 750, but then it's just a bit more to drive 1,000. Do you think that if I'll drive 1,000 kilometers, 1,100 kilometers per day with the e-Golf, the battery will degrade pretty fast? No, why? That's the normal usage. It all depends on your charging. Do not charge the car fully every day. Drive it down to, I don't know, 20%. Only charge it if, I don't know if the e-Golf has charge limit. I don't think so. Charge the car 2K then. Yeah, drive 2,000 kilometers. Charge it to only 80%. And then do this. So EV batteries last the best if you only charge AC, so not 2 kilowatt, charge it with 7 or 11 kilowatt, whatever the car can do. So not a lot of fast charging DC, and not having the battery full for a long time. So the best is for daily use to only charge it to, the best is even 50-60% if the range is enough for you. Do Oslo and back. Yeah, true. I also think 1,000 km is too much. It's unhealthy. 600 km should be max. Again, nobody is driving 1,000 kilometers like this. But what it shows you is if you have a long trip and you have to charge in between a few times and you only want to charge to a certain amount because then the charging speed drops, then you can calculate what your average driving speed in that car will be if you have to do a long trip. Otherwise, it's all about the range. Let's say you're driving 500 kilometers and you do it with a car with an amazingly big range of 600 kilometers, you just drive it without charging. But that 1,000 kilometer challenge is about how the car is doing with range, consumption, and with charging speed. The name is a challenge. Thanks. 500 kilometer energy, max 50% battery. But then again, who does that? Who drives with only 50% battery? But the driver gets tired, it's dangerous. That's true. But, again, I think this is just a test of a car, how the consumption range and so battery size and charging is together. It's about that. 500 miles is a long drive. You're good. Okay, I think we're done for today. Oh, I have to get up at 5 a.m. so in 7 hours. Thank you all for being here. There will be a video, of course, on Wednesday after the ordering process with all the details that I can remember that he told me, and then, of course, the details that I know from my ordering process. And if I know stuff, I will post it in the Facebook group, Volkswagen ID.3 Pre-Bookers Europe. Join if you're not there. It was fun as always. Thank you guys. Always looking forward to Sunday. Usually I hate Sunday because the next day I have to work. But with you guys, that's fun. So thank you for being here. Can't wait for you next week to everybody tells me what they ordered, how much they paid. Test is more about pushing the car to the limit. All cars can handle normal driving with no problem. That's also a good point. Good night. Best luck Wednesday. Thank you. Thanks for a nice talk. Thank you. So many people. 52 people here. It's amazing. It's a great number. So 50, around 50 is really great. If there would be 200 people here, I could never read. Oh my God, €5. Thank you very much. If you bring the time, perhaps others will bring the money. Thank you very much, Christian Wiener. That's very nice. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Have a great day. Take care. Bye. Where do I do this?